Many thanks for joining us here on News Desk. We can start off with the very first story where a man believed to be a former member of the Burkina Faso Presidential Guard during the recent coup d'etat has been arrested here in Ghana. Now, the police confirmed that the man, whose name has been withheld for now, is on the wanted list of Burkina Faso security forces. Police in the Upper West region are said to have arrested him in Golu after they noticed his suspicious movement in the town. Let's get a lot more on this particular story. Let's go on to the phone lines and speak to our Upper West Regional correspondent, Rafiq Salam, who joins us live now over the telephone lines with a lot more details as to what the story really entails. Rafiq, good morning. Many thanks for your time on News Desk.
Good morning.
So tell us a lot more about this particular issue. I mean, this gentleman, who is he in the first place and how was he even arrested?
This man, his name is Dure Brema. He's a 40-year-old Burkinabe, and he's also a former member of the Presidential Guard that were loyal to Blaise Compaoré, former president who was ousted in an uprising in Burkina Faso. And so the man came to Ghana on Friday. That was on the 22nd of January, 2016. And then the following day, he was seen in Bolu, towards the northern border with the Sasala West district. And they saw him loitering about and they suspected his movement. And then the people who saw him, they knew that he was not one of their own. So they alerted the security forces and then he was apprehended. And so when they apprehended him, they arrested him. When they arrested him, a few hours later, Burkinabe officials also came around and said that the man was on their wanted list, and then they were looking for him. And so they have to transfer him to WA. He was brought to WA yesterday, interrogated by the Deputy Abo State Commander, ACP Nana Asumahini, and then the Regional Crime Officer. And so he told them during the briefing or the interrogation that he accepted that he's a former member of the Presidential Guard. And so, according to the Regional Crime Officer, when I spoke to him, Superintendent Awinaba, he told me that the guy, the person of Zuri Brema, is not a thorough suspect. He has not committed any crime in Ghana. But what they are trying to do is that they have a link up with the Burkina authorities, and they will soon send him to Burkina Faso for him to face a trial there. So, but they are waiting for clearance from Accra before they send him there.
Okay. Rafiq, I'll let you hold on briefly while we try and listen to that particular interview you had with the Superintendent Fusheni Awinaba. That's the Upper West Crime Officer for the region. So let's listen to him briefly and then come back to you for a lot more.
On the 23rd January 2016, the Bolu police had information that a certain young man was loitering in the Bolu township. So they were suspected to be a criminal. So they went in and arrested him for interrogation. And when he was arrested and interrogated, he confirmed being a former member of the disbanded Burkina Faso Presidential Guard unit. So as he was being interrogated, the Burkina Faso police also came in and stated that he was being trailed, and so he was wanted. For now, we are hearing that he is a terror suspect. No confirmation has come from the Burkina Faso side that he is wanted in the terror case that happened a few weeks ago. So we are of the view that they would know the facts since he has not committed any offense in Ghana. And so we are doing the arrangement to transfer him to Burkina Faso for further investigation.
This man that was arrested, how long was he in Ghana?
He came to Ghana on the Friday, and it was a Saturday he was seen loitering in Lubolu. So he has been here for a day before he was arrested.
Where was he arrested?
He was arrested in Bolu, a border town at the northern side of Ghana, with Burkina Faso.
Now you have arrested him. What next?
Yeah, since he has not committed any offense in Ghana, we feel that, and Burkina Faso police are also looking for him. maybe he committed an offense there, which we may not be able to know. So we have to transfer him there. Then they will continue with the investigation.
But they are saying that he's a terror suspect. That's what's all over in the media. Can you confirm this?
No, we cannot confirm now. Since number one, the terror attack didn't happen in Ghana, and then number two, we don't know the suspects. And since the Burkina Faso police that is investigating that case, they'll be able to know whether he is linked to that terror attack. So
what advice do you have for the public regarding this issue?
No, they should not panic in the sense that in our interaction with the Burkina Faso police, they did not indicate to us that he was one of the terror suspects. And number two, we are collaborating very well with the Burkina side of the military and the police, and we are sharing information and assisting each other. So for now, we don't have any fear that some of the terror suspects are within our territory. So whenever they are going to go on air on such matters, they should seek the proper clarifications before they come out.
And that was the regional crime officer for the Upper West region, and his name is Fuseni Awenaba. He's been speaking to our correspondent Rafiq Salam, who's still on the line with us anyway, to tell us much more about this issue. So, Rafiq, I just heard the gentleman you spoke to, the police officer, tell us that, well, this is in no way related to that particular attack in some time ago, just a couple of weeks ago. Earlier, there were reports. Where from those reports in the first place?
The police were really worried, and they expressed concern about where the report came from because they stated categorically that they have not spoken to anybody regarding this particular story. Even yesterday, in the evening, when I was even doing this story on DKM, and I want to speak to the Deputy Regional Police Commander, Nana Asumahini, ACP Nana Asumahini. I met this guy, he was in handcuffs, muscular built man, and I even gave way for him to be sent to the Deputy Police Crime Officer. But I was not aware of this particular story because I thought that it was a normal arrest that they did until this morning or later in the night, heard the news that a terror suspect arrested at Golu. So they were really surprised about the way the story went out. And then they are saying that things like terrorist attack, we shouldn't put fear into people, and that we media personnel should be whatever reportage we are going to give. And so the police in Upper West region, to be honest with you, they are really worried about the report that we sent out.
Do we know whether or not the police are on the manhunt for any more of these people?
For now, they are saying that this man that they have arrested has not committed any crime in Ghana or in the Upper West region. And so they have nothing to hold on to him. And that's the reason why they want to export or send him to Burkina Faso to face trial. But they are saying that they are also on the alert, but they can tell the public that there's nothing to fear and that none of the suspects or none of the terror suspects in Ghana or in the country. And so that's what they are trying to allay the fears of the people in the Upper West region and the country.
Right. Many thanks for that particular update. Rafiq Salam joining us live from the Upper West region with that particular story where we are told that that suspected terrorist has actually been arrested. He is supposed to be sent to Burkina Faso. A lot of trial processes are going to begin. They'll be bringing a lot more on this story later on in the day. But we can now move on and do a few more stories. And government is expected to meet with organized labor today to finalize discussions over whether or not prices of petroleum and utility tariffs will be reduced. Organized labor demonstrated last week to mount pressure on government to reduce the tariffs, the utility tariffs and prices of petroleum products. Now, subsequently, negotiations between the two parties have so far shown that we are making some headway in the dialogue. Now, on Monday, January 25, leadership of the labor unions met to review their positions ahead of today's meeting with government. Joining us, Kwabna Prechum has more.
The Trades Union Congress is scheduled to meet government for the third time on Tuesday to press home demands for the removal of the energy sector levy imposed on petroleum products and a substantial reduction in the recent increases in water and electricity tariffs. A consultative meeting was held today for the various labor unions that formed the TUC feedback on progress so far made and how to strategize for the meeting with government. Leaders of organized labor are tight-lipped on the strategy, but Joy News sources indicate an agreement was reached on a new percentage of reductions to be demanded for the utility tariffs. The TUC is also expected to back down on its earlier position that the energy sector levy is totally removed and rather settle for a substantial cut to the percentage. Deliberations were also held on the next action to take after last week's demonstrations if their demands are not upheld by government. A nationwide strike has not been ruled out.
Well, stay tuned to Joy News as we bring you the latest following the outcome of that particular meeting. We are told it's supposed to happen sometime today. We'll bring you a lot more on that. And away from that, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has given the Electricity Company of Ghana and the Ghana Water Company a February 5 ultimatum to refund monies of customers who were overcharged for their consumption. Now, some customers have complained over what they describe as overbilling to utility providers. But the PURC, in a statement to the two companies, is ordering them to refund the monies or face sanctions. According to the PURC, the utility providers will be surcharged 5% of the excess amount overbilled to each affected customer in addition to the refund. That is, if they fail to adhere to that particular directive. A statement from the PURC reads, quote, "It has come to our attention that the Electricity Company of Ghana and the Ghana Water Company Limited began charging 59.2 and 67.2% respectively from December 1, 2015 instead of December 14, 2015 timeline. Now, meanwhile, several commentators believe the latter is a face-saving move by the PURC following revelations that the 59.2% electricity tariff imposed last year has actually shot up to some 75% due to a recent energy sector levy imposed. And the PURC ordered the utility service providers to charge additional costs to consumers as part of the levy. The additional costs include a 5% rate for street light levy and another 5% levy for the national electrification charge on consumers. Now, in addition, consumers pay a regular monthly service fee ranging from 6 cedis 33 pesos to about 60 Ghana cedis, depending on the quantum of consumption and user classification. And the charges, the PURC insists, are in accordance with the recently introduced Energy Sector Levies Act 2015, and that is Act 899. You're still watching News Desk here on your Joy News channel on Multi TV. Time now for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you a lot more stories.